When everything stops, it gives you time to seriously consider what's been happening to you. This can often lead to a big drop in your spirit, leaving you feeling depressed and uninterested. Although it's natural to feel this way after all you've been through, don't just accept these feelings as normal. Go and see your doctor for advice on getting support, and talk to your friends and family about how you feel.
I don't really know what depression is. I've never had it, so I wouldn't know if I was going to suffer from it. But people can project apathy, and that's where the dark cloud can be. If there's no positive feedback from people, you know, and it's all doom and gloom.
I never thought that I suffered with it, you know, but I think, you know, really there's a lot of people that do, and I think there's a lot of them that don't realise that they're suffering from it, like myself. I think it's a word that people don't like to use, you know, thinking that they're depressed, you know, that they're down and out and gloomy, you know, and I don't think that's the type of depression that it is, you know.
People tend to think bereavement is related to death, but it isn't. It can be related to illness in the fact that you're losing your ability to do something or other. But it's important that if you keep something down too much, there's going to be an explosion at some stage, and that can damage you physically and mentally.
People do not like talking about cancer. It's a taboo subject. They don't like using the word cancer. They will say your condition, your disease. They will use all these euphemisms, but by calling a cancer, you can fight it.
I think even just discussing it with somebody gives you another perspective on it.
But I think also it's a matter of, you know, if you share it with somebody, they may come up with something that you haven't thought of.
Right, yeah.
Although you may feel like you're alone on this journey, it's important that you allow those around you to be involved. Being a carer for a sufferer of lung cancer can be an emotionally and physically exhausting experience, so working together is vital. It's often difficult for those close to you to understand how to treat you and how best to help. It's important to talk about how you're feeling and what you want. To help them develop the ideal support network, you have to be there for each other.
It's not a subject you can share easily, no matter how close you are. This is me that it's happening to. There's nothing anybody can do for me, at least from an emotional point of view, which of course is wrong.
I don't want people to worry. That's my main concern. I don't want people to get upset, to worry, or overreact.
It's not the way I operate. I don't want people's pity. Support, yes, but not saying, oh, poor Anne. I mean, well, that doesn't do any good to anybody, does it?
She tries to do everything she can for me, and I'm saying, you know, I'm independent, you know, I'm okay, you know.
I didn't leave Mick. I went through a phase where I didn't even go shopping. I don't know why, because it actually didn't do us any good, but I couldn't leave him. So for months we were kind of joined by the hip, which was very silly, but to make me feel better, I had to be near Mick.
Let's get on with it, you know, forget about it. But she can't, you know, and I know that. She hasn't accepted it, but I have, you know.
Once Mick had sorted out his diagnosis in his head, it meant we were fighting together, it's just a much easier place to come from.
I think the main thing is to talk. I think, you know, you can have all the drugs and medication you like, but it's the talking.
And not to be too brave.
If you're going to have a regime and you're going to be positive, you want all the wheels on the wagon as you take the battle on. And that's why it was important to me. And if you're positive, you can get there. But, you know, it's good to know that you've got backup, that you've got friends.
If it hadn't been for the fact that, you know, friends and family did rally round and support us both, I mean, that was a big help.
Some people find that their sex drive may be affected as a result of the treatment. It can cause stress in relationships, as this is a time when you may feel you need intimacy the most. Don't feel pressured by this. Talk to your partner, or even your doctor, to discuss your feelings.